Warning, the following video contains spoilers for World of Warcraft's Legion expansion pack's main storyline. If you want to keep it fresh, then I guess viewer discretion is advised. So, funny story. A couple of weeks ago, I mentioned something in one of the episodes of the Legion logs. Flashback. How do they save us? Why do we need to get them? How do we know this isn't a trap? Do you know exactly what the Pillars of Creation are? What did they do? Who built them? Why are we doing this? They're supposed to be like the key to stopping the Legion, but I got all of that information from out-of-game sources. In-game, they literally don't bring it up. So yeah, it turns out that that is not in any way true. My bad. So obtaining the Pillars of Creation are kind of a huge friggin' deal for World of Warcraft Legion. It's like the fulcrum upon which the entire story of this expansion is based. So it's about goddamn time I got to the bottom of what these MacGuffins, whatever the fuck, are actually doing here. And what we're doing with them, and why they matter, and why Khadgar won't shut the hell up about them.
The Pillars of Creation await!
We get it, shut up! It's a story about the Titans, the Legions, couple of dwarves, Azeroth's shittiest wizard, Azeroth's bitchiest wizard, and you, the player. So at one point this quest chain was easier to access, but if you want to access it now in live, which I'm assuming you're all playing now because this is coming out like a week after it went live, there's actually a quest chain like tucked into the back corner, hidden away from everybody, that explains everything, well, most things, about the Pillars of Creation and why they matter and why they care. You'd think they'd want this to be a little bit more front and center instead of, on an NPC that doesn't even let you know that she has a quest. But, I'm not Blizzard Entertainment. What do I know about storytelling or good writing or not being awful? Oh, and you might also notice that our resident orc shaman Cletus is not joining us today. This is my monk. His name is Mordian. I just call him Monk. I'm doing it on my monk because I accidentally did the quest chain on Cletus without realizing it, and then I may have realized that you can only actually do it once. So introducing a new member of the pantheon of Orange Hatter's World of Warcraft characters, Mordian, or Monk. He's gonna be in one episode. I'm not giving him a backstory. See, these quests are actually framed as the curator telling you the story of what happened and how you learned about the Pillars of Creation and all that kind of stuff, which is kind of funny, because it means either my monk has Alzheimer's or really loves hearing about how fucking awesome he is. So the first thing we do is secure passage for the Horde mages to come back to Dalaran after they kind of got purged 2 expansions ago by Jaina Proudmoore, who is kind of in a bad mood. I mean, they had just committed a massive war crime and dropped what is essentially the Azeroth equivalent to a nuclear bomb on Theramore, so Jaina's the bitch here.
We're gonna turn this place into a sinkhole.
But now, just like the millions of Draenei that Garrosh tortured and slaughtered in Warlords of Draenor, they're all forgotten because we all gotta play nice. Also ignore all of my horrible war crimes. The Horde and the Alliance must band together in order to defeat the Burning Legion, after all. Despite the fact that they still fight each other basically anytime they get the opportunity because this is Warcraft and not happy get-along fun-time PvE Care Bear craft. Sadly, Jaina Proudmoore loses the vote and everybody votes to have the Horde return to Dalaran, which Jaina reacts to in a completely restrained and pragmatic way that is emblematic of her character since Warcraft 3. By which I mean she has a temper tantrum and teleports to her room. World of Warcraft, utterly destroying its characters since, well, probably Cataclysm. And then almost immediately after this, as though this entire line of quests was designed specifically to plug any potential plot holes that might come up in Legion, Bran shows up and says that we need to go to Ulduar right now. You see, a couple of expansions ago, Bran's kingly brother Magni Bronzebeard was turned into a jewel crafter's wet dream, so now we have to go to Ulduar because apparently now he's talking. And now he speaks for the Titans, which makes him into kind of Azeroth's Lorax. So we head over to Ulduar, kill a couple of faceless ones because apparently Ulduar's defenses are just not all they're cracked up to be, and we meet up with Magni Bronzebeard, who was turned into diamonds a couple of expansions ago. In case you didn't get the Jewel Crafter joke. And he drops a lore bomb that makes the entirety of Warlords of Draenor's weird time travel bullshit look pretty tame. The entire planet of Azeroth is a Titan. A female Titan. So Magni Bronzebeard tells us that Azeroth told him that we need to use the Pillars of Creation, ancient Titan relics utilized in the Ordering of Azeroth, in order to seal the portal in the Tomb of Sargeras. Now, Khadgar is way too eager to take this guy at his word, because when someone wakes up from a multiple-year coma claiming to hear voices, we usually don't consider them a prophet. We consider them brain-damaged. But whatever, Khadgar, you are the world's shittiest wizard. Let's go to Karazhan to figure out more about this whole Titan stuff. So we teleport immediately to Karazhan, where we have to go find a book on the Pillars of Creation, because Khadgar swears up and down that he remembers reading about it at some point. But within literally seconds, Karazhan is besieged by demons, because of course it is. So Khadgar and I rush upstairs to the library in order to find the book before the demons catch us, which takes a remarkable amount of time, considering the book is right fucking there, open on the table, Khadgar. What the shit? After accepting an award for just being the absolute fucking worst, Khadgar opens a portal back to Dalaran and we make our way back to the floating city, which is under attack by demons. Because of course it is. I turn in the book to the curator, who seems remarkably calm despite the fact that a considerable percentage of her city is currently on fire. Alright, just gonna turn this in here. Oh. Where did everything go? Once Dalaran rematerializes, I guess, we get down to the business of dealing with these demons, and Khadgar has a plan. God help us. So while I play errand boy and get Dalaran ready for Khadgar's grand plan, he summons Alloy in order to find the location of the Pillars of Creation. And Alloy tells him in no uncertain terms that they are incredibly dangerous. A fact that Khadgar seems to ignore, because why the hell are we listening to this guy again? Seriously, Khadgar, your track record for actually closing gateways to other planets has been pretty dismal so far. I mean, first you tried to blow it up at the end of Warcraft 2 and that didn't work. Then you tried to do it again from the other side at the end of Warcraft 2's expansion, and that also apparently didn't work, because like 30 years later it still works. And apparently now it's a time machine too. God damn it, Khadgar! But finally, with that set of quests under our belt, Legion starts to make a lot more sense. It becomes a lot more interesting. There's this overarching feeling of a real story, where in some expansions there has been that story, but now you feel like you have a consistent and constant goal. And the story actually feels really good. It lends a lot of context to what you're doing in the world, makes questing actually feel interesting, which is surprising. But now that we know what they are, where they are, and why they're gonna help us, there's really only one thing left to do. Piss away another $15 a month to save the world. Hey there, everybody. Thank you very much for watching this episode of the Legion Logs. Sorry it took a little longer to come out than I kind of expected. August was a bit of a crazy month for me, getting ready to go back to uni and all of that crazy stuff that's happening. But now that I'm back in and settled, I should be back to 2 videos a week very shortly. But otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it, and I can't wait to make some more episodes of Legion Logs. And yeah, I'm having a great time with it. If you did enjoy this video, please do like and subscribe. It's a huge support to the channel. And otherwise, you all continue to have a great one. Now what?
I'm a teleport.
What?